Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. An infamous quote said on the 16th of July of 1945 by Robert Oppenheimer, the lead theoretical physicist who was in charge of the Manhattan Project, a United States military World War II project that was used to develop one of the absolute worst weapons that humanity has ever created. A weapon that would go on to end the lives of more than 200,000 civilians in the span of 3 days, and a weapon that will go on to create one of the absolute worst eras that humanity has ever had to go through, the Cold War. I am, of course, talking about the atomic bomb. Now, when talking about the atomic bomb, it is important to know that the scientific research that was done to develop it was never actually intended to be used for warfare, but rather it had a much more noble goal in mind, which was to give humanity a much more sustainable source of energy, a source of energy that was almost unlimited in an era in which natural resources were being exploited. Now, this isn't the first time that technology had gone too far, and it certainly won't be the last. But I am afraid to say that right now, we may be facing the worst research yet, stem cell research. And you may be wondering, what even is a stem cell? Well, a stem cell is a specific type of cell that has not been differentiated. It has not become a specialized type of cell like the ones you have in your blood, in your brain, in your muscles, and so on. Now, the specific type of stem cells that are utilized in research are embryonic, meaning that these stem cells are actually harvested from human embryos that are created in a laboratory with the only purpose of furthering scientific research. Now, the purpose of this type of research is to try and understand disease more thoroughly and to actually develop treatments for this disease, which I'm all for. However, it is important to know that this type of research could have many consequences, and it also has a lot of implications ethically, because even right now, there are very few actual results with stem cell research, and it's already being used in clinical trials in human subjects, not to mention animal subjects. Now, stem cell research and the results that it could give us could of course bring good things, but it could also very easily be weaponized in both a military way and in a social way. As for the military sense of things, of course, we understand that understanding disease could help us prevent and treat disease, but it could also help us create new diseases. And we all know all too well what could happen with a biological agent that has gone rampant through the world when the world isn't prepared for it. As we saw with the coronavirus pandemic that hit the world for 2 years and left it with a permanent scar. Now, in the social side of things, we have to understand that the genetic editing tools that could come out of stem cell research actually have a lot of impact and could actually breed a new type of discrimination. In a society in which the stronger, the better you are, the smarter, the more easy it is for you to focus, the more intelligent you are, makes you better and gives you a better chance at society, it is important to know that gene editing can actually make you better, leaving all of those who haven't had a chance to be perhaps enhanced at birth behind. And of course, the opposite could happen. It could happen that those who have been genetically modified could be subjected to discrimination. Who knows what exactly would happen? But only one thing is for sure, and that is that discrimination will exist. Now, before I go, I want you to ask yourself a few questions. What is the limit of science? What's the limit of research? What's the limit of technology? And how can the technology that we use every day be used against us? Like the phone that's recording me, that laptop, my headphones. How can it be used against us? And what are the military applications of it? Because we all know all too well what the comforts of technology are, but we don't know the other side of things. and even less of us know the actual ethical implications that happened when actually obtaining this technology. Now, to answer all of these questions, just keep one thing in mind, and it's one phrase that I'm sure all of you know. With great power comes great responsibility. Thank you.